What's up sa mga kapatid ko sa mundo ng boxing? Magandang umaga, tanghali, gabi kung nasan man kayo lupalop ng mundo naroroon. Magandang araw sa inyo. At bakit ba tayo nandirito? Gusto ko lang naman na i-update kayo sa totoong nangyari, sa totoong rason kung bakit hindi naganap or hindi natuloy itong laban na inaabangan natin between Casimero against Donaire. So pag-usapan natin dahil ang mismong Yahoo Sports ay naglabas ng pahayag sa totoong nangyari sa laban na ito. So isa-isay nating hihimay-himayin yan para malaman natin kung ano ba talaga yung totoong storya na nangyari dito sa dapat na laban ni Casimero at Donaire. Ako po si David Lontayo. Kung hindi pa po kayo nakaka-subscribe, subscribe na po kayo sa channel ko. Why the General Casimero Nonito Donaire unification fight really fell apart? A hugely significant fight in the bantamweight division between General Casimero and Nonito Donaire is slated for August 14 fell apart over a disagreement regarding drug testing for the bout. But that wasn't the only issue. Alright. Casimero team received the drug testing application from the Voluntary Anti-Doping Agency, which is BADA, on June 25 and had completed it and returned it to Rachel Donaire by 1:03 p.m. on June 26. According to an email from BADA President Dr. Margaret Goodman, Rachel is the wife of Nonito and served as his manager and trainer. That was well within the June 27 deadline that the Donaires had given Team Casimero to sign up for the BADA testing. But early on June 26, Rachel told Yahoo Sports she felt that Casimero co-promoter Sean Gibbons of MP Promotion was making a mockery of the entire thing. At about 7:30 in the morning that day, fed up, she said she pulled up the fight. This whole thing has been a game to them from the very start, she said. Nonito knocked out Nordin Obali on May 29 to become the WBC Bantamweight Champion. Casimero has been the WBO Bantamweight Champion since 2019. The Donaires have been champions of drug testing and have demanded their opponents agree to complete testing by BADA before they'll sign a contract to fight. Gibbons thought has been irate at what he said were Rachel's mischaracterizations and said Casimero has always been on board with being tested. Malinaw. Things got so bad between the sides that Andy Poster, the executive officer of California State Athletic Commission, called a meeting between them over Zoom to try to find a solution. Both sides apologized, but only days later, they're back at each other's throats. It's bullshit. It's butut that they are trying to make it look like Casimero is running away from testing or somehow afraid to be tested. See? Gibbons told Yahoo Sports, they are saying we had the paperwork for 5 days, but that's not what the email from Margaret Goodman says. Ayan makikita nyo yan. Nandito yung email. Tuloy tayo. Rachel said she and Donito had agreed to pay for the testing for both sides. According to Goodman's email, the Donaire returned their completed application into BADA on June 22 at 12:31 p.m. Gibbons is angry because Rachel keeps harping on the fact that Gibbons was slow to file the forms. He posted a screenshot on a social media of what appeared to be the top part of the form, and Rachel Donaire said That was disingenuous, she said. She felt Gibbons was trying to make it look like Casimero's side had signed up for Bada when it had not. But Gibbons pointed to Goodsman's email to Donaire. Goodman's wrote uh, June 25, 2021 at 8:45 a.m. Per TGB's request, I emailed Sean Gibbons the whereabouts and the application forms that needed to be completed. She added that she received the whereabouts from a whereabouts form at 1:02 p.m. on June 26 and the completed application a minute later. But Rachel, who deleted her tweet about the deadline being on June 27, said she is convinced Gibbons was playing games. Nonito got tired of games, Rachel said. If we didn't press them and say the fight would be cancelled, this would have gone on for a week or more. The amount of smoke and mirrors through this has been absolutely ridiculous. It's making fun of the testing agency and it's making fun of the fans who had no idea what the hell is going on. Rachel said she and her husband, who is Filipino, were also angry that Casimero was making tweets using hashtags Real Filipino. She used that hashtag Real Filipino because Nonito lives in the US and he lives in the Philippines. So that's just basically bringing race into it and trying to divide a race in half. Both fighters were born in the Philippines. Given thought Scotfield at that. So she's going to cancel a fight because General Casimero, who was born in the Philippines and lives in the Philippines, used a hashtag calling himself a real Filipino. He said, okay, seriously? This is what that has come to. They tried to make Casimero look like he was avoiding drug testing. When nothing is further from the truth, we have the papers on the 25th and we turned them it on 26. This whole thing is ridiculous and there's so much nonsense and disinformation out there. Casimero is going to fight Guillermo Rigondo on August 14 instead. If he wins, both sides said they're willing to revisit the fight, but the hard feelings is created are likely to linger. Alright. So, yan, no? Mismong Yahoo Sports na. Pasensya na kayo, medyo, no, ano tayo, kasi English, medyo, alam mo na, yung pronunciation ko pag English, medyo trying hard tayo. Pero, ganun pa man, ito, talagang lumabas din ang totoo, no? Na tayo sa Team Casimero ay ginagawa natin lahat ng sinabi nila, sinasubmit natin lahat ng kailangan nila. Pero, obviously kung ayaw talaga nila talaga, 'di ba? 'Yun naman yung talagang lumalabas dito, no, sa binigay na statement ng Yahoo Sports. Talagang makikita natin umiiwas lang din talaga sila sa laban against sa Casimero. Pero gayon pa man soon, no, sana pagka parehas nilang napanalo yung mga laban nila, aasa tayo na magkakaharap din sila soon. At maraming salamat po. At kung hindi pa po kayo nakaka-subscribe sa channel ko, David Lontayaw, yan, paki-subscribe po and don't forget to hit the notification bell also. Maraming po salamat. Ako po si David Lontayaw. Have a great day.